Cisco in his squeaky chair here again. And we are back because we have been doing some digging into our own research and things that we have down on, our own. And we were looking at the flashy interview. And I was like, it was weird because the way I came across it was, just observing and going after my target. So it was kind of weird that it all came about the way it did because I didn't expect it. You know what I'm saying? So got to the inbox, and from there we exchanged numbers, and from there um he kept giving me a bunch of talk about how Kid Flashy was feeding him information that he had seen the day of Nipsey's murder. He was saying things like what Kid Flashy saw and what he described to him, which was very interesting. He described the shooter having a big gun in his waist. Um, Flashy described that he was in the barbershop. I do believe he did articulate that to the person that set this up for us. And he also articulated the argument between Nipsey Hussle and Eric Holder. So then we go from talking to talking again and having the same conversation about how, what Kid Flashy basically told him and how he felt about what Kid Flashy had told him. So then the interview, random, called me out the middle of nowhere, didn't send any text message, any type of um SOS. He just was pretty much like, you got 5 minutes, I'm gonna put you on the phone with Kid Flashy. Be ready. So of course I'm over here shitting bricks because I was totally unprepared. And you can hear that in the call. But we got over that, and it is what it is. At least we got the information.
I think. Let me cut in, and I think, considering you being new to investigative journalism, you started this out, grassroots, straight from the heart. I think you did an excellent job because, um, with that interview, it shocked the YouTube streets and it got people talking, and that's exactly what we needed because anybody listening to what Kid Flashy's saying, given the fact that we only have one video out there, it doesn't mean that the video is correct, but it just the way he answered the questions, um, all the information that we've collected, plus what other YouTubers have collected and put out, this just wasn't some. There was just something not right about the interview, that the general public felt. They, generally, wouldn't you agree, LA, that most people didn't believe some or all of what he was saying?
Yes. Yes. I mean, the comments, as soon as the video went up, the comments totally, I mean, they took over. And I don't blame you guys. Y'all don't have to. That's why I said my disclaimer in the beginning. I'm not, I'm far from green. Um,
And and then people, you got to understand too. Some of the people that watch the video, they're acting like they got off the short bus. By LA doing the interview, it didn't mean that LA believed everything he was saying.
no.
You know what I mean? It's a window into the pursuit of the truth behind the Nipsey assassination. So I think the interview served its purpose. It
Now,
served
my
its purpose.
partner Cisco was unavailable at the time of the interview. So like I said, it was a spring of the moment type of situation. I don't even think I had time to even text you and say, "Hey, I'm about to do the interview." Like I don't know. I don't remember. It was such a blur. But I do recall the source pretty much saying that they didn't believe
Right,
what was being said because of the previous conversations that we had.
right,
And I think I was on the phone on a three-way call with you and the source.
right.
What did you take from that call?
That he didn't believe him. He didn't believe some of the things that he was saying. Or it's not that he didn't believe him. It's that he had told him different stories.
Mm-hmm.
One way he told it this way, another time he told it that way. And
Mm-hmm.
that created doubt. And then the other thing that I hope you don't mind me saying is just how after that interview, um, Kid Flashy ghosted from email contact, and just the way that LA was trying to contact the source, it just changed once that
Yeah,
interview came out. Everything everybody just the whole vibe changed.
they told me, people were watching my page, certain people that were associated with Kid Flashy and telling him all the comments that the wonderful YouTube streets had to offer. And he pretty much was, watching everything go down. And the source came out of his mouth and said that, maybe he shouldn't have done the interview. So,
And I find that I find that kind of interesting too, and that's not pointing the direction of the source. It just I find it interesting that he would say that.
yeah, because you were gun ho about, putting out information about this man. And then you were pretty gun ho about talking to somebody. Uh, and like I said before in the other videos about this interview, it was brought to my attention from the source that he had been contacted by a major news company, and also he had reached out to another YouTuber.
Right.
So we'll just put all the cards on the table at this point.
Yeah. And the reason why for you higher thinking people, the reason why we're saying we're putting this out, there's a lot of stuff. This is just one of them that we've been holding on to just for the opportune time to talk about it. But for you higher thinking people out there, um, take this for what it's worth, and put it into this big giant puzzle that we're trying to piece together. Because that is all telling and interesting information that we're sharing with you tonight about how this took place. And then just let me just really quick give a review for those people that have the short attention span. So LA
Mhm.
is telling you, she was telling you how she got the interview, the conversations with the anonymous source prior to the interview, then the interview and the conversations post, and then what happened afterwards. So you have to, start to ask questions. Why did he ghost? Why do you think he shouldn't have done the interview? You know, when the when the big media people are trying to ask you, you know, you have to ask the question, why are they asking you anyway? How did they know that to get to you? You know, there's a lot of questions to be answered, and a lot of not speculation, but research that we need to continue to do to fully understand this.
Also, this ties in with, Eric Holder's court date that he just had.
Right, 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 right.
So if you don't,
Because, go ahead, go ahead.
oh, okay, but if you don't piece that together as well, higher thinkers, um, that's another thing.
Yeah, just look at. I'm not sure. I have to check, but I'll just say it now. I think I might have said it in a previous video. That's why I was gonna say it, but I'm gonna reiterate. Okay, so one of the things that Clear Flashy says, what comes out in the interview, is that there's more than one shooter, right? Well, the motion that was denied was what? The taking off the attempted murder. And I just posed the question that if that motion was there to say, hey, I wasn't intending to shoot those two people. That's not an attempted murder because I'm not the shooter of those people. You know, so I mean that has to be, even though the motion is denied, you still have to ponder that question. Is
Mm-hmm.
there any? What's the? We know there's for sure more than one weapon. That was reported on the scene.
Correct, from several sources, not just Kid Flash.
Right. And there were YouTubers out there in the YouTube streets denying the fact that there was two weapons early on, even though it was already out there. Now we know there's two weapons, it's confirmed, but the question is multiple shooters. And what's the validity of that? And maybe this is, you know, one of the reasons why some of, you know, this disappearances. People don't want to talk no more.
That's true. So, take this information for what it's worth. Like I said, it all ties in with the Eric Holder court date that just came up on November 14th. Higher thinkers, let us know what you think down below in the comment section, which I'm pretty sure you will. Um, and like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend. We're doing things that we know is going to get us somewhere. It's not just I'm gonna get off of here. All right, y'all. You got anything to say? You got anything to say?
No, I just want to say that we're really talking to the higher thing. Y'all, I'm eating some candy. I'm so sorry. Um, really talking to them higher thinkers because some of y'all comments, y'all. I don't know if y'all didn't hear correctly. If you got off the short bus, you know, it's no offense, but please, 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 before you comment, think about it well, because some of y'all's comments, not a lot, actually, I should say very few. Some of your comments is like you didn't even listen to the show, and you got some real, you know, ignorant something that doesn't even fit into what we're talking about. It's related, but you've way off. You're way off. So we're really not. That's not our audience. That's not the audience we're trying to build. We're trying to build the audience. Number one, those who have true, sincere love for Nipsey Hussle and his family. People who are sincerely in pursuit of the truth. That's who we talking to. That's who we talking to. That's the audience that we're trying to tap into. You trolls and you people who want to misdirect the conversation, people that you know or you know just have really nothing beneficial to say or add to the conversation. This is not the video for you. Okay.
Yep. We hear you loud and clear, Cisco, and I hope y'all heard us loud and clear. And like I said, like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back with another one. See you guys later.